and welcome to my channel. In April next year I'm setting off on what I hope to be the third and final section of my Land's End to John O'Groats trek. I'm returning to Carlisle where I finished in spring 2019, and I should be continuing up through Scotland, through the Highlands and up the coast, hopefully to finish at John O'Groats. While planning for this trip, I've been looking at one or two items of gear that I used last time and on the first section in 2018. I've been thinking about things I would like to change. One of these items is my pack. On the previous two sections I've used a Montane Ultra Tour 55 litre rucksack. This is a good rucksack in a lot of ways, but there are one or two things about it I didn't like very much. It's a totally frameless rucksack, and whilst this isn't a massive problem, I did find that you really needed to pay attention to how you pack the rucksack for it to maintain any sort of shape. The other thing I didn't like about it, although it had a number of large mesh pockets, I found the ones on the shoulder straps and on the hip belt really quite small and not really that much use. And I wanted a pack that had more options for external storage. Having looked around, I eventually decided on this pack. This is the Berghaus Fast Hike 45. It's a 45 litre lightweight rucksack. It's a little bit heavier than the Montane, but not by much. It weighs in at around 910 grams, whereas the Montane was 820, I believe. But where it scores over the Montane is that it has a foam pad all the way down the back, and also an alloy frame, very lightweight alloy frame, which gives the rucksack some shape. The hip belt, back pad and the shoulder straps are all a very breathable, lightweight foam padding with mesh covering, and would hopefully transfer a lot of moisture when you're hiking. Another feature is this large external pocket for hydration bladders, should you wish to carry one, which means you can actually refill while you're trekking without actually having to open up your rucksack, which is a good idea. The other things I liked about this pack were it's got 9 external pockets. There's a large mesh pocket on the front here, which you can actually secure with this strap, which you can also compress the rucksack down with. On each side there is 2 mesh pockets, one low, smallish one down the bottom here, and a long, deep one behind it, so you can probably stick a tent or tent fly or whatever down there, or waterproofs. So that's really handy. So you've got 4 pockets, 2 on either side. On the shoulder straps, which are extremely wide to make it comfortable, I've got a nice large stretchy pocket there, and similar on the other side as well. So I can put a phone, GPS, whatever in there, but also, more importantly, I can actually get a small water bottle in, a 500ml water bottle in there, which will come in really handy. On the hip belt you have an open mesh pocket there, and on the other side a zipped mesh pocket there. So all in all, there is plenty of external storage, which means you don't need to take the rucksack off anything like as often. As with most lightweight rucksacks, there's no lid as such. It's a roll top, so you can either secure it there on these straps there, or if you prefer, if you haven't got a lot of room, you can actually just do it up, clip it to itself at the top like so. Give you the maximum storage space in the top of the rucksack. To compensate for the lack of a lid, Berghaus have fitted an internal removable zip pouch. Now this clips on the inside of the rucksack using press studs like that. So that's a good option for storing loose kit. So all in all, plenty of storage options there, other than obviously the main body of the rucksack. The other thing, I've already said that the weight is around 910 grams, but this rucksack has quite a few removable features, including the hip belt comes off and can be used separately, of course. The foam pad on the inside comes out as well. Also the alloy frame comes out. Obviously the pouch, you can leave that out if you want to. And also these two compression straps here come off. Now, if you remove all those items, it reduces the pack weight to 530 grams. That said, without a hip belt, etc., and any stiffening at the back, you obviously wouldn't want to be carrying a very heavy load in that. The hip belt itself, like most lightweight rucksacks, it's not particularly heavily padded or stiff, but seems to do a reasonable job. I've not actually worn this on a walk yet. I've only wore it sort of just to try it on. Has the usual features of a rucksack. It's got daisy chain fixing points on the outside, trekking pole attachments there, and all in all, it seems to be a really well made pack. I haven't used it yet, but having packed it with some of my equipment, it does feel much more like a conventional pack than my Montaigne, which I did struggle to at times. If I wanted to pack it in a hurry, it was often badly packed and didn't feel comfortable. Whereas this, with the back pad and the frame, feels much more like a conventional rucksack. It comes in two colours, this blue colour and I believe a greyish colour. I got this for around £80. I think the recommended retail price is something in the region of 140, but of course if you look around the internet, you get this a lot cheaper. If you're looking for a good lightweight, not too large rucksack for a reasonable price, I think it's worth looking at this. As I say, this is a first impressions review, as I haven't used it yet. Like with some of my other reviews, I will be doing an update review at a later date, probably after I've done the what I hope to be the third and final section of my Land's End to John O'Groats hike next year. Anyway, if you found any use in this review, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much.